Recorded, and today our yoga talk is going to be on Cobra and Updog. Let me turn the music off here. So these poses we come to a lot in class. They're a part of our connecting vinyasa, but they're also excellent standalone poses as well, because both poses, they expand and open the front body as well as strengthen the back. So Cobra and Updog are spinal extensions, so you're going to get a lot of opening. The Sanskrit name for Cobra is Bhujangasana, and that is snake pose. So have you ever seen a snake with arms or hands? I haven't. But who knows, with all the stuff that's happening in the world, maybe someday we'll have snakes with arms. But that just really means that when we're in our Cobra pose, we're not using our arms to push. We're really using the strength of the back to lift. So in a Cobra, it's this spinal extension. The lift comes from the back. The hands eventually can just be a little bit of a guidance to lift you up, but mainly you're using your strong back muscles to lift. Up dog is also an extension. So upward dog is Urdhva Mukha Savasana. So down dog is Adho Mukha, so down. Up dog is Urdhva Mukha. So a couple of benefits for doing these extensions or back bending poses is they tend to give you an energy boost. Like it's almost as good as a cup of coffee, although being a coffee lover, I think it's just kind of like on that level. So it gives you a boost of energy. It's a good counter pose from when you're doing a lot of sitting, like if you're sitting at your desk all day, just taking a moment to alleviate that and really go into spinal extension can feel good and also strengthen your back. So there's just a few things that when we're working in these poses that we want to focus on, and that is just a strong connection with the lower body. So the lower body is actually engaged here, and the upper body is also engaged, just lifting and expanding. So there are always just sort of, you're engaging, you're pressing, and you're lifting. So let's just get into the poses themselves. So for Cobra, well, excuse me, this is my cat, Coco. Hey, Coco, I'm going to need my mat over here. Thank you so much. So I'm going to do it so you can see sideways. So you're lying on your back, and you want to make sure that your feet are pointing straight back. You don't want to have the legs externally rotated or internally rotated. So if the legs are externally rotated, the toes are turned in. If the legs are internally rotated, the heels are turned in. So you engage the legs, especially the tops of the feet. You anchor your hip bones, and your hands are just at that lower part of the chest with the elbows pointing back. A common misalignment is rounding the shoulders forward. We want to feel the shoulders on the back. So once the feet and the legs are engaged, the chest extends, the elbows press back, and your heart draws forward. Sometimes what we'll see here is a rounding of the shoulders and a lifting of the head. You could see that probably doesn't feel really good. For up dog, again, feet pointing straight back. You want to turn the energy on in your legs. And for up dog, the arms are straight here. The thighs are lifted. The legs are engaged and the chest is lifted. And you want to open up the chest here and lift through the crown of the head. So a common misalignment would be your hips are on the ground and your knees are on the ground. Your shoulders are collapsing in and your chest is collapsing and you're throwing your head back. So we're going to do that together. I'm going to watch you and cue you through it. So lie on your belly. And just take a moment here. So you want your feet pointing straight back. You can even press into your big toe and your baby toe, so press down into the toes and anchor the feet. Anchor the hips and slide your hands just by that lower part of your rib cage with your elbows pointing back. And then just take a moment to roll the shoulders on the back here. Pressing into the feet, into the hips. With an inhale, start to lift your heart, so gently peel your heart forward. And lengthen your neck. Draw the shoulders back and broad across the chest. Excellent. Could you lift your hands here? So get to the point in Cobra where you could kind of just lift your hands and feel the strength in your back. Excellent. And then go ahead and relax. Just drop your head down, bend your knees, and windshield wiper your heels from side to side. Let's take a little counter pose. Excellent. So we'll try our up dog. So a lot of times when we're flowing in our connecting vinyasa, we go from chaturanga to up dog, but here we're on the floor. So you can set your legs up. So you want both feet, toenail side of the foot down, feet pointing straight back, engage the legs, engage the hips, and then you'll start to engage your thighs and lift your knees up. And you'll straighten the arms and start to lift the hips up, lift the heart, expand through the collarbones, look forward. Good, draw the shoulders down and back. So you want to really open up the chest. So this is a big one for first thing in the morning. And then when you exhale, lower all the way down and press back to child's pose. Bring your hips to your heels. So just go ahead and stretch back. Awesome. So those are our 2 extensions this morning for Yoga Talk, Cobra and Up Dog. Does anybody have any questions? Oh, I see Barbara.
So in Up Dog, are our knees off the floor? And if so, the weight is on hands and feet?
Hands and feet, and also there's a lot of engagement. So your legs are fired up, your low core is fired up. So you're not just dumping the weight into your hands, into your feet. You're really lifting from the feet.
Okay.
Can you feel that?
That's a challenge for me.
It can be. You can have your knees down if you need to have your knees down. It's something to work towards. But you'll light up your core so much more with the hips lifted.
Yeah, I can get my hips up, but the knees, that's hard.
Oh, the knees down? So you're going to light up your legs more when your knees are off the floor. You might feel it. You can put the knees down and lift the knees up and feel how that feels.
Yeah, I mean, it's similar to plank for me.
What's that?
It's similar to plank for me. I mean, the feet are different, but
right. You're really engaging your core that way.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Awesome. Does anybody else have any questions about Cobra or Upward Dog?
Did you do a sound check? Did you ask people how it sounds?
I did earlier. Yeah.
Is this still okay? Because I just turned it down.
Can you guys still hear me? Thumbs up if you can still hear me.
Yeah, no, it's perfect.
Okay, good.
Did you change the mic? It looks like it's sticking straight out.
I moved it out, yeah. All right, I'm doing my yoga talk right now. I'm going to have Sandy.
It just looks weird.
I'm going to have Sandy do it. If you can do it sideways. So lie in your belly. We're doing Cobra and Up Dog. So do it sideways. So just come off the mat this way so everybody could see. Okay. All right. So I don't know if you can see, but here his legs are a little further apart. So we're going to bring them just slightly closer together. You want the feet pointing straight back and pressing into the big toe and into the pinky toe here. Good. Slide your hands by the lower part of your rib cage. So you slide your hands back. Engage the legs, press into the feet, ground the hips. And then lifting just the heart here. The shoulders draw back. The crown of the head stays reaching forward. And so that probably feels like you're really working here. Does that feel like you're really working here, Sam? Yeah, so this is his Cobra. It doesn't have to be this big, giant extension. Good, go ahead and relax. Just lower down. Just take a little break here. Good, and then I'm gonna have Sandy go into Up Dog. So this might be a lot for him. All right, you can see his legs are in a good position. The feet are pointing straight back. So you want to really turn the feet on, press down into your feet. So did you see how the legs just turned on? So right here, there's that extension. The shoulders are externally rotating. The crown of the head is lifting. The heart is lifting. There's that big expansion here. It's a lot of work, isn't it? Yeah, good. And then go ahead and take child's pose. So just stretch it back. Yeah. Thank you, Sandy, for being the yoga model. All right. So does anybody have any other questions on down dog, up dog or Cobra?
I think I've been doing it all wrong because I don't think I ever lifted up my legs, but you do that, but then you have to turn your feet back under to go back.
Right,
So
the toe tuck.
Yeah, the toe
Yeah.
tuck. So, but you basically come off, you come down with your knees up. And I don't think I've been doing that. I don't think.
Well, there are actually, when you do the connecting vinyasa, and maybe I'll just do a real quick recap of connecting vinyasa, because these are all poses that are a part of the connecting vinyasa. You can go straight down onto your belly and take Cobra and up dog. You don't have to go from the chaturanga. So in our connecting vinyasa, there's plank, and then I always begin just by lowering down.
Yeah.
And then taking the back bend. Cobra.
It's good to see you sideways doing that. So
yeah, so that's your Cobra.
Yeah.
And then your up dog, there's a couple of ways to do it. You can lower down any amount, come onto the tops of the feet, and then take your up dog. Mm-hmm. Or you can lower down onto your belly, so you can always drop the knees, lower down onto your belly, and take your up dog. Yep, thighs are up. And back to down dog. But we spend some time in those poses, and when we're in a vinyasa class, our flow is pretty fast. So we're not really, breaking down the form. And it's nice to spend a little time just thinking about just that body awareness and using your body and connecting to the form of the poses.